Hey guys, I'm on my way to Costco, just leaving the gym. I got to put something together for you. I don't want you to miss this. When I was on the treadmill this morning, you know I'm on the treadmill pretty much every day for an hour on a 15% incline, so I give me a lot of good juice for the day. I'm gonna give you a couple of hacks today that I used to crush my debilitating depression, paralyzing anxiety, and the darkness of suicidal ideation. So you know my story, man. So I'm gonna give you some hacks that I think might help you, at least to consider them, okay, you guys? So I always felt that I have a movie mind. I say movie like M-O-V-I-E, a movie mind, right? My mind, in my opinion, in my experience, it creates movies. I really do see life as a series of events that kind of resemble a movie. So when I say movie mind, our imagination is the most creative power that we possess as a human being. It really is powerful. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you can either, it could be very, it could be constructive, or it could be very destructive. And I've experienced both. So I want to present this to you. I want you guys to just check this out and see if it makes sense how I'm going to present it to you. So if I told you, what if I said to you that you are the leading actor, let me close the sunroof. You're the leading actor, you're the director and the producer of your movie that's called The Story of Your Life. The story of your life is your movie that you're starring in, okay? That movie is based on your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and your personal story. So the circumstances you're creating in your life are a direct reflection of the paradigm or the mindset that you currently have in place. Fair? Now let me put myself in this as an example, okay? So my biggest challenge for me personally, I'm not sure if any of you guys can relate to this, is that I've always said that if I read a book, then I go see the movie, my experience is the book has always been better than the movie. And I discovered why. My imagination is so powerful that it sets the expectation so high that when I go see the movie does not live up to the imagination that I created about that story in my mind, with the book. Okay? You with me? Such has been my experience in life. I have gone on some fantastic worldwide vacations. I've done a lot of cool things in my lifetime. Prior to actually going or experiencing that event, or that person, place, or thing, or the vehicle, the car, whatever in the materialistic world that I experience, my mind created a story, an expectation of how that event was going to unfold. And I can honestly tell you, being completely transparent with you guys, very rarely has that experience ever lived up to my expectations in my mind. So I always create, and it probably has a lot to do with my perfectionist tendencies, which is not a good thing, right? Perfection is illusion, and I understand that. I take full responsibility for that, and I constantly am aware of that trait that I have and developed over my lifetime. So what I'm sharing with you is that if you're creating the story of your life in a movie with a movie mind, and you find yourself in a state of depression, anxiety, or poor mental health, then can I suggest to you that you may want to consider the current thought process that you're using to create the story that's producing your circumstances in life. I take full responsibility, I've said this several times, of creating a life of depression, anxiety, that led to suicidal ideation, to where I had the pearl handle pistol in my hand, staring at a total stranger in the mirror, asking myself, is this how it ends right here today? Is life even worth living? I hated how I felt. But nobody put me in that situation other than myself. It took me a hell of a lot of work to get to this point in my lifetime where I can honestly say that to you. But by being able to admit that to you and myself has freed me up from a lot of shit that was holding me back and put me in a situation I didn't want to be in. Because you cannot put a price tag on self-awareness. Self-awareness is priceless. Becoming aware of who you are, what you're doing, what you're creating with your current mental conditioning. I'm telling you, man, once you understand that, you can go to work. I believe the hardest part is getting to the point where you can recognize, oh fuck, wait a minute. This is creating that. And then I look at that and say, I feel like shit. I don't want to live anymore. I'm fucking depressed. I feel anxious. I got anxiety. I hate it. It sucks. Life sucks. I'm hopeless. Well, that is not the fucking problem. It all started here. I take full responsibility. I'm hoping you're feeling my energy coming through this video, because I want you to understand that. Once you can understand that and get a grasp of that and start working on that, things will begin to change. They will. It's such a great feeling knowing, wait a minute, I don't have to be trapped in a state of depression my entire life. Like I said before, I could only blame ignorance for so long. But once I knew better, I had to do better. See, my brain had to believe it. My body had to feel it before my eyes could see it. So I'm using my words. I'm driving, first of all, here on the highway. I'm trying to think and drive and speak to you so you can understand what I'm saying, because I want you to grasp this concept. So if you can change the paradigm and understand you need some mental adjustments for some new mental conditioning, to change your mental conditioning to get new results, you're halfway there. You're literally halfway there. So once you understand this, okay, Brett, I get it. I want to go to work. I want to go to work and I want to change. If you're that person ready to go and to get the work done, and you're ready to say, hey, look, I'm fuck this depression. I'm done with it. I want something better. I deserve something better for my life. What's my next step, Brett? Then I would say, when you believe it's possible, okay? Once you understand, I'm driving no hands here. Once you understand what I just said to you, say, okay, I get it. Okay, now next step is you have to believe in the infinite possibilities for your situation, for your life. Okay? How did I do that? One of the biggest hacks I discovered was, once we know how powerful once you recognize how powerful our thoughts are, you can go to work with deep affirmations. I said it before. My goal was to annihilate, destroy that negative loop, because that was fucking me up. It wasn't my circumstances. The negative loop was creating the circumstances. Once I changed this, I destroyed that negative loop. I got to work on destroying, annihilating, crushing it, getting rid of it. I started feeling free. Now, what did I do? Again, I could not go out in the world and try to find something that was going to be the solution. Been there, done that, doesn't work. I said it before and I'll say it again, I'll keep saying it. I took my mind off the current situation and I placed it on something so much bigger than what I was experiencing, and that is the miracle of life. I hope you get this. I hope you can find the fascination in the process that you started in a liquid form, and then 9 months later, you have a set of eyeballs, ears, nose, legs, fingers, feet, heart, lungs, arteries, veins, organs, cells. You just name it. Just think about what you are. Not who you are, but what you are. A miracle in God's highest form of all creation started from a liquid form. That got me going. That took my mind off the depression. It started to change things in my life. My body started feeling it. Once my body started feeling it, my eyes began to see it. Right? Say it. Believe it. Feel it. See it. That's the process I'm trying to get to you guys. I'm trying to share this with you. And I get pretty passionate because I know how fucking awful it feels to be depressed every day, to wake up and say, I gotta go through this again? I don't want to do this again. I don't fucking want to do this again. That agony. You know what I'm talking about. That heaviness. The darkness. I don't care how sunny it was. There was this heavy fucking darkness hanging over me every fucking day. I was done with it. And the only way that I felt I could ever find relief was by taking myself out, suicide. And that's when the suicide ideation started kicking in, intensified every day, over and over again. I was fighting just to stay alive. Fighting who? Myself. It all happens right here. Once you change this, guys, everything can change. Everything will change. So take this movie mind you have, create the creative imagination you have, use it for your embodiment, for something good for yourself, something constructive. Place it up there in the universe and see something in amazement, like, how did this all start? How are we created as God's highest form of all creations? We're experiencing life as a supernatural being. You're having a supernatural experience. You're living a life of infinite possibilities and unlimited potential. Fuck, man, get that in your brain. Put that in your mental pipeline. Let that start to shape your brain, your neural pathways, neuroplasticity. Build new brain cells. Pair that thought with an elevated emotion, and let that new feeling be your first step in your transformation of visualizing your future self into existence, the person who you were created to be. We weren't born broken. We were not born depressed. We are born complete. And too often we learn the language of depression, and then we never learn how not to be depressed. I get it. Been there, done that. I am on the other side of all of it now. Medication free. After being prescribed over 25 different medications, today, 0. Anxiety free. Depression free. Suicidal ideation free. The amount of emotional freedom that I experience on a daily basis, it would blow your mind, understanding where I was to where I am. And ordinary words cannot describe it. The only word that comes close is supernatural. And that's what I want for you guys. I'm 14 minutes in this video. I'm driving to Costco, just left the gym. I hope I'd share some value today with you guys, some insight, some inspiration. You know, I want these videos to be a wealth of information for a life of inspiration. Depression is not your identity. Depression is not your destiny. Depression ends where boldness begins. Depending on where you're listening to this, either bold possibilities or be fucking bold. Boldness is the key. Be bold. Every challenge gives you the opportunity to execute boldness. The courage to be bold. Take that movie mind you have Energy is never created or destroyed. It just changes forms. Rather than using that imagination in a destructive manner like I was, with worst case what ifs, worry, anger, depression, sadness, all that shit that I was creating in my mind, change the energy, change the form of it. Understand what you are. Be fascinated by the miracle and the concept of life, how you were created, how you beat the odds out of hundreds of millions of sperm to get to the egg, and here you are. I mean, come on, man. You got this. You got this. Slip me a DM. Hit me up with messages. Ask me. And I'm like an open book, you guys, and I'll share whatever I can to help you in any way that I can. All right, you guys? Stay fucking bold. Be fucking bold. You got this. I'll see you in the next video.